Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to attack the very far distance target. It's the Nodong Missile Test Center. This should be quite a long flight. I will show you the distance just for a good situation awareness. I'm going to change the steer point to the target, steer point 5. And it shows me that the distance there is 300, almost 350 miles to the target, and also 350 miles back. So this will be almost 700 miles long flight. That's why I'm carrying the external fuel tanks for this mission. They are consisting of all three of them, so one center line, two under my wings. Then I'm carrying the two pylons are used by the Weiwei bombs or the GBUs, and the rest is carrying the 4 AMRAAM C4 variant. The same loadout is also for my wingman, so he's carrying the same amount of fuel, the same amount of the air-to-ground and air-to-air weapons. Okay, let's go for the takeoff. Let's switch it back to the steer point 2, which is almost also over 300 miles away, so it's a really long flight. So maybe just open some beer, or I don't know, make some nice coffee and just sit and relax. This could be quite a long flight. I will basically use the time compression as much as possible just to make this video like a little bit shorter. Ideally something about or around 40 minutes. Okay, let's go for the takeoff now.
Cowboy 4-1, request clearance for departure.
Cowboy 4-1, Kunshan Tower, position and hold, runway 34 left.
Okay, Cowboy 4-5, runway 34 left. Position and hold. Cowboy 4-1, position on the runway.
Cowboy 4-1, Kunshan Tower, you are cleared for takeoff, runway 34 left, depart heading 295.
Cowboy 4-1, cleared for takeoff, depart heading 295. Okay, let's go for the takeoff.
Cowboy 4-2, Kunshan Tower, you are cleared for takeoff, runway 34 left, depart heading 295.
Altitude, 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 altitude.
Cowboy 4-1, Kunshan, departure, resume on navigation.
Cowboy 4-1, copy. Resuming on navigation.
Airborne.
Cowboy 4-2, Kunshan, departure, resume on navigation.
Okay, I'm heading towards steer point 2. I'm going to set up the Viper for the flight. I will be starting with the fuel system. First of all, I need to tell my Viper to use the external fuel transport switch from normal to the wing first. Therefore, I will be using the fuel from the underwing fuel tank first, and then I will be starting using the fuel from the centerline fuel tank. If you switch this switch back to the normal position, the Viper will automatically consume fuel from all three external fuel tanks, like regularly from all of them, like normally. So I just prefer to use all which is in my wing, so I can jettison underwing fuel tanks, for example, and still keep my centerline fuel tank full and attached to my aircraft, just to reduce some weight or some drag as early as possible. Not the weight is the same, but the drag will be much less if you jettison the external fuel tanks first. And now let's switch this knob from the normal position to the external wing position. This is just this knob just switches this gauge. These needles will show you the exact amount of fuel. For example, now I'm seeing the external wings, which these two needles, one is below the other, shows me how much fuel is inside my external fuel tanks. Someone just oh, it's a nice scream. Or I can switch to the external center and see how much fuel is in the external center line fuel tank. So that's the fuel. Let's continue with the bingo setting. I'm going to set up the bingo fuel warning for 7100, which means that basically at this level I will be warned about the low amount fuel, and I know that my external fuel tanks are empty and my Viper is using the fuel from the internal fuel tanks. You can see the amount of total amount of the fuel here. So I'm sitting now at 12,800 pounds of fuel, slowly going down, which is basically almost the double of just the internal fuel tank. So the external fuel tank, external fuel amount carried in these external fuel tanks is almost the same as the internal fuel capacity of the F-16, which is great. It basically means that I should be able to fly to the target with the external fuel usage only, and all the way back with the internal consumption. Okay, let's return back to the default page. Let's continue with the lights off. So basically I'm switching the external position lights off during the flight, just to be less visible from the distance. I'm switching the EWS program for the number 4, which drops regularly chaffs and flares. In case that I press the chaff flare button, I don't have to think about the type of the missile, which is just tracking you, whether it is radar guided or infrared guidance. This program 4 basically drops chaffs and flares together, so that's great. Okay, meantime I'm in 21,000 feet, which is quite high for my drag, for my weight. I'm gonna level up, and I just like to see the overall indicated airspeed somewhere around 400 knots. That would be ideal for me, to be quite fast and quite high. Although the 21,000 feet is not that high, definitely. Okay, let's continue with the master arm switch. Let's get into the on position. So now I see on my head-up display that my weapons are armed. Laser armed as well, just because I'm carrying the GBUs or the payways, which are laser guided bombs. I need to switch on the laser as well, just to be able to guide them. Let's continue with the AMRAAMs. It's a quick setup. AMRAAM set, GBUs. I'll be dropping them again in pairs. So just one trigger press will release both bombs from the left and the right wing simultaneously. I don't want to fly over the target like 2 times, so that's why I prefer to dropping them in pairs. And I'm going to set up the spacing, impact spacing to 0. This should be like 0 feet between the point where my laser will be aiming and between the impact of the paveway. So it should exactly into the point where my laser is aiming. Okay, that's it. The air to ground page. Okay, I'm ready for flight. Let's accelerate a little bit. So this flight will be without the EZM or the electronic countermeasures pod. I'm carrying the external fuel tank on this hard point, so I'm not carrying the EZM pod. But I don't expect it to be necessary during this flight. The majority of this flight will be over the sea, where any enemy aircraft shouldn't be, or there shouldn't be also some systems, surface to air missiles. Hopefully this will be a nice and easy flight. But you know, when I tell this, it's usually happens some terrible things. So let's check the situation around me.
Request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2. Things are quiet right now.
Okay. I'm still inside the South Korean airspace, and I'll be leaving it just into the sea. A couple of seconds. Okay, that's the coast. Okay, 100 miles to the steer point 2. Okay, I can see some targets on the radar, but according to the RWR or the radar warning receiver, I can see it's F-16s which are flying back from some bombing run.
Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly.
Okay, and there is something flying behind them in 30,000 feet. I get 3 aircrafts.
Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly.
Okay, friendly as well. So I'm 68 miles away from the steer point 2. Let's switch to the steer point 4, which is the IP point already. It's 80 miles in front of me. Let's check the air situation again.
Request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, things are quiet right now.
Okay, still quiet. Fuel amount still inside my external fuel tanks, and I mean the underwing fuel tanks, still like quite nice amount of the fuel, so still keeping them. Let's use the time compression once again. Okay. I'm 33 miles away from IP point. I'll be there in 3.5 minutes. So let's prepare for the bomb drop. One target in the distance, 18,000 feet. This might be AN-24. So definitely some enemy aircraft. It's a hostile, so it's not a threat for me. Maybe I'll attack him after I drop the bombs. So let's prepare for the GBU drop. Let's switch to the TGP screen. Let's switch to the target. As you can see, something's there already in the distance, but it's very, very small. Hard to see it. Okay, that's the missile testing facility. Okay, slightly left. The laser is working. I was just checking whether I can lace this target. Laser on master arm on GBU's set. I'm going to hit this small building here. It should be the administration building. This one here. Which is the second most valuable target. My wingman will go for this building behind with these two chimneys. It's the main building. Going for this secondary target. Can't lock it yet. Still quite far. I'm in 23,000 feet, but I do see some ground units around this building. You can see on my display here. There is something around the factory itself. This might be the AAA, basically defending this factory or this test center. So maybe they are developing some intercontinental ballistic missiles there. Okay, situation still okay. Still unable to lock this target. Okay, some F-16s in front of me.
Sentry 2, be advised, hostiles bearing 335, 25 miles, 18,000.
Okay, I'm now warned about the Antonov. It's still here, 25 miles away. Okay, point. So ready for the drop. Hopefully I'm looking the correct building. We'll see in the debriefing screen.
Cowboy 4-2, weapons free. Paveway.
Okay.
2, Wilco.
Let's start lasing the target.
Cowboy 4-2, I'm going in.
I can fly away already. Slightly turn. Just an easy bank to the right. Okay, they open fire at me, so I need to climb a little bit. Just to avoid being hit.
Paveway.
Number 2 is dropping his pay waves. 4, 3, 2, 1. And a hit. Nice direct hit. Let's climb a little bit more. I just do want to be above this. Explosions.
Request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, things are quiet right now.
Okay, no threat.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, picture. Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, picture clear.
Picture clear as well. Okay, so I can go home. Picture clear, but there is something still flying here.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, declare.
which is the
Cowboy
Antonov.
4-1, Sentry 2, contact confirmed hostile.
Okay, I'm still okay with the fuel. Still using the underwing external fuel tank, so I'm going to pursue this AN-24. Just to cause at least some damage to the North Korean Air Force. There is not enough fighters, so I have to satisfy it even with the AN-24. Okay, let's switch off the laser.
Cowboy 4-2, request permission to engage.
I don't need it anymore.
Sentry 4, be advised, hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye 295, 140 miles.
Cowboy 4-2, weapon safe. 2, Wilco. Cowboy 4-2, request permission to engage.
Is he carrying some safe weapons?
Cowboy 4-2, Cowboy 4-1, weapons check. Cowboy 4-2, 4, radar. Fuel state 9,000.
Okay, 9,000. It's the same like me. He isn't carrying any GBU, so he's asking whether he can attack this AN-24, but I would like to keep this AN for me, this Antonov. So not going to allow him to attack this aircraft.
Chalice 5, be advised, hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye 260, 120 miles.
Turkey 2-1, in. Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, things are quiet right now. Cowboy 4-2, return to base. 2, I'm a dot. Cowboy 4-2, rejoin formation. Cowboy 4-2, on my way. Cowboy 4-2, request permission to engage. Cowboy 4-2, weapon safe. 2, Wilco. Cowboy 4-2, request permission to engage. Cowboy 4-2, weapon safe. 2, Wilco. Cowboy 4-2, request permission to engage.
He's really wanting this to kill this Antonov. If there is a two-ship formation or more of these Antonovs, I will let him, but it seems it's just one single aircraft. It is slowly getting into the range of my AMRAAMs. It's like 15 miles in front of me. Still outside my range. Let's accelerate a little bit. Just to give my AMRAAM more momentum. The initial airspeed. Okay, still outside my range.
Sentry 4, be advised, hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye 300, 160
I'm
miles.
going to wait with the launch a little bit longer, just to maybe 10 miles, just to have nice PK. Okay, 10.3, 10 miles, Fox 3.
1, Fox 3, medium. One, Pitbull.
Okay, 2 ejections, 3 ejections, 4 ejections. No, just 3 of them. Okay. And he's going down. So let's turn back to the steer point 8.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1. Request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2. Things are quiet right now.
I don't see any aircrafts down below. But they do see me. Okay, it's getting very dark meantime. Okay, it seems like my underwing fuel tanks are empty, so let's drop them out. Okay, both of them dropped.
Caution, caution.
Let's switch to the Cat 1. Okay, stores configuration okay. And let's switch this to the external fuel tank normal, and let's see the external centerline fuel tank. You can see this needle be going slowly down. Oh, there is some active SAM system in the distance, say 2 active.
Cowboy 4, Sentry 2. Things are quiet right now.
Be advised, hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1. Request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2. Nearest threat, Big 21, bearing 280, 60 miles, 25,000.
280, 60 miles. Let's attack him.
Chalice 4, be advised, hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye 280, 160 miles.
Okay, I still do not see him on the radar. It's a MiG-21, so it's quite a small target.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1. Request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, nearest threat, Big 21, bearing 285, 16 miles, 25,000.
25,000, so he's quite high enough.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, declare. Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly. Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, declare. Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly.
I don't know whether he's flying south into the South Korea or flying away from me. Maybe I won't be able to catch him. He's flying away. I will check the distance once again.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, nearest threat, Big 21, bearing 285, 40 miles, 25,000.
40 miles. So he's closer. $29,000 friendly unit. It's higher now.
Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly.
Oh, there he is. And he's flying completely into me.
Cowboy 4-1, declare. Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact confirmed hostile. ID is Big 21.
Okay, I dropped also my center life fuel tank. Let's set the bingo to 2,500. And I'm going to try to catch him. I'm going to send my wingman home.
Cowboy 4-2, return to base.
I'm just going to pursue this MiG-21.
Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, advise hostiles bearing 285, 25 miles, 24,000.
Okay, something's behind the target. It's this one here. 15,000 feet. It's in my range already.
Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact confirmed hostile. ID is J5.
Okay, I'm going to attack it first. It's already in my Vez. Although it's MiG-17. Max 3.
long.
And then I will continue to attack this MiG-21. Which is closer, but you can see it's out of my range, out of my AMRAAM range. Just because he's flying away. This J5 is flying nose hot to me, so I'm able to hit him first. Okay, AMRAAM should be Pitbull any second.
One, Pitbull.
Pitbull MiG-21 is spiking me meantime, so that's great. That means that he turned back. I don't see him. The radar, there is a F5.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, nearest threat, Big 21, Singleton, bearing 320, 10 miles, 22,000.
Oh, 10 miles
Fox
already.
2. Fox 2.
I think they are just firing at him. These F5s.
Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, D5, Sentry 2,
There he
Cowboy
is.
4-1, request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, nearest threat, J5, Singleton, bearing 205, 10 miles, 12,000.
It's the F5. F5, right.
Altitude. Altitude.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, request vector to threat. Cowboy
Okay, the
4,
MiG-21
Sentry 2,
should be dead
nearest
already.
threat, J5, Singleton, bearing 185, 10 miles, 13,000.
185 is the J5. That's him.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, declare. Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact is outlaw.
This one is friendly.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, declare. Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly. Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, declare. Cowboy
1.24
4-1,
Mach.
Sentry 2, contact confirmed hostile. ID is J5.
He's so dead. Fox 3. So I wasn't able to catch the MiG-21 on time. Was shot down by these F5s.
1, Pitbull.
Okay. This one here in the distance. Quite a big formation.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, declare.
Okay, splash.
Cowboy 4-1,
F5 is
Sentry
going
2,
for him as well.
contact is friendly.
It's a friendly. And this contact here.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, declare.
Ejection.
Cowboy 4-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly.
Okay, let's head home. I'm slightly lost. Okay, let's select the steer point. So, let's follow my wingman. Okay, there will be a fuel warning any second.
Sentry 2, Cowboy 4-1, request vector to threat. Cowboy 4, Sentry 2, things are quiet right now.
I'm flying on a afterburner, but my fuel consumption is still like 4,000 only. So that's okay.
Turkey 1-1 in. Fox 1. Fox 1.
Fox 1. Chalice 1. Be advised, hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye 015, 120 miles. Caller 1 to RTB.
Okay, I'm home.
Cowboy 4-1 inbound for landing.
Cowboy 4, Kunsan approach. Good evening, Take station. Welcome back.
I don't know whether I'm going to land on runway 16 or before. We'll see. Depends on the ATC decision.
Cowboy 4-1, maintain 250 knots. Turn right heading 230.
230.
Cowboy
Altitude,
4-1, maintain
altitude.
250 knots. Cowboy 4-2, Kunsan approach. Copy emergency. You are cleared for landing. Runway 34 right. Emergency equipment will be standing by. Cowboy 4-1, maintain 250 knots. Cowboy 4-1, maintain 250 knots.
Okay, 250 knots is quite low. Seems like my number 2 is going for the emergency landing. Is probably because of the low amount of the fuel. So he's going for emergency and we are waiting on the circuit going around the airfield, waiting for the runway to get clear. I'm still okay with the fuel. 1500 is the default bingo setup for the Korea theater, so basically it allows you to return from the front line
Cowboy
to your home plate.
4-1, descend to 2000, maintain 200 knots. Turn left heading 130. Vectors to right base.
0. Seems like I'll be landing the other side, my wingman. Or he's going around, he's still in the air. Going around the airfield from the other side.
Cowboy 4-1, descend to 2000, maintain 210 knots, vectors to right base.
I can see him in distance. That's my wingman. It's white dot.
Cowboy 4-1, descend to 2000, maintain 200 knots, vectors to right base. Cowboy 4-1, descend to 2000, maintain 200 knots, vectors to right base. Cowboy 4-1, descend to 2000, maintain 200 knots, vectors to right base.
Okay. My wingman just turned the final. Now I can't see him, but I was able to see him. He was turning right. Now I can see him. So he's going to land in a couple of seconds, and I'll be following him. No, that's not him. He's still somewhere
Cowboy 4-1,
behind the
descend
airfield.
to 2000, maintain 200 knots, turn right heading 135, vectors to right base.
Okay, 135. So
Viper 4-1, rolling in.
okay, that's my wingman now. Or this one. There are two aircrafts behind each other.
Cowboy 4-1, descend to 2000, maintain 200 knots, turn left heading 070, vectors to final, runway 34 left.
Okay, 070.
Cowboy 4-1, perform landing check. Cowboy 4-1, turn left to final approach course 340, slow to approach speed.
Okay, 340. During the radio messages, it was vector to right base, so I should land onto the right runway. So 34 right should be my runway. To turn faster. Gear down. Okay, gear is down.
Good evening, Cowboy 4-1, Kun San Tower, cleared for landing, runway 34 left, check gear down.
Left. Okay. Thank you for that. Quite late information. There is something on the runway. I can see it in the distance. Maybe the aircraft will be able to exit the runway or I land on it. Okay. It seems like it's my wingman. Really, it's him. So it was landing just in front of me.
Cowboy 4-1, Kun San Tower, taxi clear of the runway.
Okay, I'm still sitting on 1,200 pounds of fuel, so I burned 300 pounds of fuel only. Doing all this long flight around the airfield. Okay, it's 8 p.m. already, according to the clock. So it's really dark outside. But I like these night missions. Okay, there are some F-16s just being prepared for the takeoff. I'm gonna park in between them. Nice. So let's go into the debriefing screen. Let's see the mission outcome. So there were 2 air-to-air kills, 1 air-to-ground kill. My wingman was unable to hit the payways. Oh, he hit them, but just damaged the factory. We estimate production at Nodong Missile Test Center has been completely shut down. This will help reduce the amount of war materials and supply available to the enemy. Okay, so that's the end. I should be able to hit the IL-28, so it wasn't the AN-24, but it was the bomber, IL-28. My third AMRAAM missed. It was the J5 I was firing, and maybe that's this J5 which I was shooting down later. Destroyed, damaged. Okay, mixing building destroyed and factory damaged. So that's great. Just going to check the test center. Nodong Missile Test Center 0% operational. Factory is destroyed now. Factory destroyed. Mixing building destroyed. and shipping building destroyed as well. So you can see four buildings out of 6 destroyed at this factory. So that's great. I was asked in the comment section in my previous video by one of my beautiful subscribers, Easy One, was asking me whether it is possible in Allied Force to set up some secondary target for your missions. So, for example, if this is the deep strike again against some underground factory, for example, and you do want to hit, for example, this bridge here as well as a secondary target. So this is the primary target, this is the secondary. You can always place the next steer point onto this over the target, or maybe this target, and you can create a new steer point by doing this. Just drag and drop, and now you can see it created the new steer point 6, and then this change it to steer point 7. I can go and delete this steer point. So number 6 is now here, and I can change this steer point by this just the right click action, and I can change it for the strike, for example. So I know that it's like a Komundong bridge, and it's a strike against this bridge, but you will never change this briefing screen. It's just about the underground factory. So still the primary target mission is the strike underground factory. Underground factory is currently producing war materials for the enemy, and so on. So basically just this steer point is still active, is steer point 5, and that's the primary mission goal, mission objective. But you can add whatever steer points you want for your flight and change it like also like strike. So you can add like 2 more targets, but it will be never considered by the game like it's a secondary or I don't know what else target in the line. So it's always like just the primary target and not the secondary targets. Okay, so maybe I answered your question just by this short presentation. Guys, that's all from my side. I'll be continuing this campaign by this next mission. Let me quickly check this target here. So it's the underground factory, which is interesting enough. It's already being destroyed. The assembly building is destroyed. Warehouse as well. Generator is just damaged, so we might be able to hit this generator and maybe hit this building as well, or the office. But they are just low value targets, but still this factory is kinda operational, so we need to shut it down completely. That's the mission for the next video, for the upcoming video, which will be presented on my channel later on. Okay. They're preparing some bridge here. Oh yes, still 0% operational. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. As always, have fun, take care, and bye.